Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Lojak. He's Mike Brander. We are the odds couple. It's week 17 in the NFL.
Pistol, you're looking good in that new New York Yankees hat and the hair sport. You got a long... My God, this guy's got John Travolta hair.
I decided to take the homeless chic look out of my wardrobe for starting with the hat.
Don't go there now.
That
and right. Global warming. I don't go there with them.
All right. So we're talking week 17 with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com, getting some great advice.
Love this guy, Pete.
Right.
Love
now, one of the most controversial games of the week is Oakland and Denver. We're going to cover that right now. Mike Brenner, you've already given your official opinion on this. You think there's an overreaction to the loss of Carr, which makes perfect sense in general. Not in every situation does that happen, but a lot of times it does. You gave Oakland +2 officially, added it to your record, and we'll see what Joe has to say about it. I guess this game is all just about Carr and where the line should be.
I just want to add, Tom Petty said it best, and I won't back down, baby. Yeah. I'm not backing down off of that pick. This team also, and I love working with Joe Duffy. All right, he's 9-4, by the way, in bowl season right now. So viewers, you better jump on board with Joe Duffy. And this guy's been doing it for a long time.
Including the Wake Forest Bowl, which if any of you, are on the wrong side of that one, I was on the right side of that one after I saw the line move. When that went down to 10.5, I was like, all right, that's not a mistake.
Since I've been working with Joe, a good friend of mine's been following Joe for a long, long time. I had no clue. And when my friend told me he's not only he was a paid client and so forth, and he was very, very satisfied. He loves the fact that Joe's consistency year in and year out is unlike any other. So that sold me. So with that being said, I got a feeling Joe and I are going to be on the same side. And if not, it's okay. It's okay because one of us will win and take the bookies' money. All right, the Raiders are an ATS machine. Just cash a machine as a dog. Jack Del Rio knows how to get the team ready. I think the fact that the Broncos are going to have to prepare for somebody else, and they're coming off a deflating loss, 8-7 now, and they're not going anywhere. They're not going to the playoffs. All right, how does Von Miller get fired up? This is a guy who won MVP last year at the Super Bowl. He's ready to rest his body. These guys are ready to go to the Bahamas. They have been playing for a long time. Let's not forget. They went all the way to the Super Bowl. All right, this team's ready for a break, and now that they're mentally out of it, there's nothing to play for here. Oakland has everything to play for, if I'm correct. Okay, they can move up in some seeding.
I wouldn't say. I mean, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they definitely can move up.
Of course, and every team in the league right now, that extra week or that extra whatever, that extra break, even if it's a home field advantage, you need that time. I got a feeling that the Raiders just come in here and confuse this team. The offense of Denver confuses nobody. Okay, that is a lame offense. You're going to see Paxton Lynch, I think, this week. All right, I really think that he's going to press a little too hard. I think they're going to be laid back. I think Denver's defense is not going to be fired up. I love it. I think the Raiders is a no-brainer. I'm taking them as a dog, and ATS speaks for itself.
Joe Duffy, what do you think? Oakland +2?
Well, I don't disagree with Mike, but I don't agree with them because I actually think the strongest play here is on the over.
Okay,
No, Mike is right. Denver does have a lame offense and a great defense, but defenses rely on emotion, and everything you said is true. Denver's Super Bowl defense, now they're playing for nothing. They're not even going to the playoffs. They're not going to be fired up for here, but Denver's offense has plenty to prove, and not only with Paxton Lynch, it's going to be an audition for him, so I would expect that Denver's going to put the ball in the air a lot more than they have, but this is a chance for some of the offensive players to make a statement with such a low total. Great. And, of course, with Matt McGloin, Oakland's got to see what he's got. He's got to put some balls in the air. They want him to certainly get real game experience heading into the playoffs because Carr's obviously out for the playoffs, so McGloin has to do something, and I do think he's going to be facing a very uninspired defense, so hence an overrated defense as far as this game's concerned. I'm not saying that they're an overrated defense, but as far as this game's concerned, they are. I like the over.
What is that number sitting at?
What, the total?
Yeah.
Very low. It's 40.5 or 40.
I love his breakdown. I love that angle, Joe. And you know what? I made a statement yesterday that maybe Oakland ought to just say, hey, McGloin, we just need you to do what like Trent Dilfer did for Baltimore back in the day. All right, just don't hurt us and let our, but here's the thing. All right, I found out this morning from a friend of mine sent me a clip. All right. Jack Del Rio said he needs his offense to throw every weapon out. They want McGloin throwing the ball. They want to start going deep on patterns because they know this isn't a one-week Band-Aid. This is something going to carry him all the way through. And they said that McGloin has been practicing for weeks as if he was going to be the starter. So I like that. And you do have a Denver defense taking a week off. And guess what? They deserve a freaking week off. All right. That offense, I love Joe's breakdown. You got Paxton Lynch trying to make a statement because the bottom line, that job's wide open. There's no way in hell they're going to go back to this Seaman guy. There's no way. All right. With that being said, This opens up an over. I think the first half is really where the money's at.
You think no way Siemens in there?
No.
Okay.
No.
Wow, you guys really can break down a friggin' NFL
That's what
game.
we do, baby.
All right, over. Well, it's 40.5, but the Chris books and the Greek are at 40 right now, so it's obviously a very, very low total. Understandable. This might be one of those Week 17 NFL lines.
And everybody and their mother is going to be
going
going to the bet window, Joe. You will agree to this. Hell, Dennis will agree to this. They're going to be going to the bet window going, God, you got the Denver defense and Carr's out. This other guy doesn't know. They're not going to score any points.
Yeah.
The public's going to be all over this.
All right. I love it. I might be on this one myself. All right. Over 40 is Joe Duffy's recommended play for Oakland, Denver. Mike Brenner, of course, liking Oakland +2, and both of them agreeing with the other ones, picks and leans. Joe Duffy's website, again, is offshoreinsiders.com. If you want to know more, Joe Duffy, how do they find out?
You visit offshoreinsiders.com. I know Mike, in addition to talking about semen, he said something about global warming. Well, I think I'm the guy responsible for global warming. Heating up again at the end of the year, 9-4 with the Bowls. We got bowl picks. We got NFL Week 17 picks, and certainly throughout the playoffs, just visit offshoreinsiders.com.
All right. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you very much, Joe. Have a happy new year. And you are the man responsible for global warming. I knew it.
That I am. Have a great New Year's to you guys, too.
Do your research before you bet. Check out our ratings guide to see which books have the best ratings and sign-up bonuses. Open up several accounts. Shop for lines at sbrodds.com. Always be ahead of the game.